What's up, guys? I'm BTC. We got a whole bunch of news about the upcoming Hanzo changes, as well as what appears to be another full Symmetra rework. Yes, you heard that right. It does appear that we are going to be getting yet another Symmetra rework. I'll come back to that in just a second. There's a few other things I want to quickly get to. So over on the official forums, Jeff Kaplan was asked very simply if he could give a hint for Hero 27, and he only responded with, "Okay, incoming, brace for it." So, no idea what that is. Maybe it's a voice line for the character, maybe it's the ultimate line, who knows? We'll probably find out in a couple days though, because I do think that the Hero 27 official announcement will be either Monday or Tuesday. Next one is real fast. Winston hasn't gotten a new legendary skin in over a year, and people were asking about it. Jeff Kaplan responded simply saying it's spring of 2018. Now, there are two more events that are coming up this spring. You have the Uprising Part 2 and the Anniversary event. It's possible that Winston could get one for both, but we know for certain he's at least getting one. Moving on to Hanzo, he's getting a whole bunch of changes. Jeff Kaplan gave us a little more information. He said, we're trying a sped up version of his base arrows. It gives him more reliability that puts him more on par with Widowmaker. Feels pretty good so far. So his normal attack is a projectile based, and in case you don't know what that means, there's an actual physical object in the game that has to travel from where Hanzo is to where his target is. Something like Soldier 76 is a hit scan, wherein as soon as he attacks, it instantly deals damage wherever he is aiming at. So that's the difference, projectile versus hit scan. It's just a travel time. He also addressed some concerns about how Hanzo is now starting to look and feel a lot more like McCree, and I've actually even seen people calling his new ability Fan the String, which was kind of funny. So this is what he had to say. He said, I can see how without playing him, you might have this concern, but I'm finding that he plays a lot differently than McCree in playtests. The things we are trying on Hanzo right now have him playing as a very reliable mid and long range character. The horizontal movement ability plays out as a disengage, but can also be used to get some interesting spots using wall climb. The volley ability is useful at long, mid, and close ranges, whereas McCree's Fan the Hammer feels to me mostly like a short range option. Hero distinctiveness is very important to us. We'll make sure both McCree and Hanzo have their respective places. We still have quite a bit of testing to do on Hanzo, and once we start to do animation and sound, it's going to take a while as well. Now, I was thinking that they were a little bit further along. Maybe he's just trying to, kind of play it down a little bit so that people don't expect it to happen right away. But it appears that we're not going to really be able to see these changes in action in the game on the PTR for at least another 3 weeks, would be my guess. The last thing that we have for today is what appears to be another Symmetra rework, and this is going to involve probably an entirely new ability, possibly a change to the ult. Let me read you what he had to say about it. So, Symmetra changes are going to take time. We don't see her as needing minor fixes. We're currently focused on Sombra, Doomfist, Mei, Hanzo, and Hero 27. Symmetra is next up after that, but could take a significant amount of time depending on the severity of the changes. In particular, if new animation, sound, art is required, which I believe will be the case. Now hold that thought for a second, because I want to quickly show you a comment he made about Hanzo. And he said, cutting in the middle here, he says, we're now at the point where we can schedule time for our artists and sound designers to work on Hanzo. Once they're close to done, he'll make his way to the PTR. Now, the reason why I wanted to point that out is because the whole art and animation and the sound design and all that stuff has to do with completely new abilities. So in this case, for Hanzo, they were talking about his disengage and his volley. So when you see him talk about Symmetra and saying that the character is going to need new animation, new sound, new art, all that sort of stuff, it means that they're basically going to rework the character. She's going to get a completely new ability or multiple abilities of some sort. I'm willing to bet they're probably going to get rid of the photon barrier, or maybe they're going to rework the turrets or something. I've talked about this in the past. One of the main problems with Symmetra is that where do you put her in your lineup, right? Do you get rid of a DPS? Do you get rid of a tank? Or do you get rid of a healer? Like, if you actually want the character on your team, then she needs to be able to bring something that's good enough in order to do that. And for the upper brackets of play and tournament and stuff like that, the teleporter and the shield gen just simply are not good enough. So this does look like Symmetra is going to be getting maybe not a full rework, but at least a partial rework. And this is going to be a long ways off, though, guys, because when he talks about the timetable here, so Sombra, Doomfist, and Mei, their changes are on the PTR right now. Now, it's possible they might make some more in the future, but the bulk of those changes are on the PTR. Hanzo is not going to be there for, like I said, probably at least 3 weeks. And Hero 27, we might get that maybe in the next week or two. At least it'll start to be on the PTR. So by the time Symmetra actually makes it to the PTR, we're talking at least a month and a half, 2 months, somewhere in that range, maybe even a little bit longer. I mean, these changes for Symmetra are definitely going to be a little ways off. Another character that is going to get some major changes, possibly a rework, is going to be Torbjorn. And again, that one is probably going to be a long ways off as well. Probably around the same time that Symmetra gets her changes. So what kind of a rework would you like to see for Symmetra? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links for that stuff are down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.